So I'm here for my regular Thursday spot, but here we go. Going to see if we can get some good action going here for you for free picks and the Winner Circle podcast. In case for those that didn't hear, Ross is out. He's under the weather, as I mentioned. So we're going to just fly solo today and see what we can do. Now, I want to let you know that this podcast is brought to you by Gamblers World. Get the winning edge from the 10 expert handicappers at this site. This includes some of the video people that are on here, along with Ross, like Jesse Schule, Sean Higgs, Paul Bovey, along with other great handicappers like Matt Fargo, Chip Charibas, Kyle Hunter, and more. Okay, quite a lineup they have at Gamblers World. I'm over at Doc Sports. That's docsports.com. Doc's has been in business for 52 years, and I've been there 4.5 years myself. Like Ross, have a deeper background as to different things I've done in terms of the handicapping business, along with other things. That's why I'm wearing my, let's see, I was going to show Ross Pebble Beach. Okay, right. Geez, I can't. It's backwards. So I'm looking at it. But I got Pebble Beach today because that tournament starts today. The AT&T Pebble Beach, one of my favorite tournaments of the entire year. Absolutely love it. Got to play that and Spyglass, which is the two courses they're going to use several years ago for free through Cleveland Golf, and that was fantastic. And got to walk around then the courses the tournament was on. So if you get a chance, watch it. It's one of the best tournaments there is on TV from the standpoint of just pure beauty. So a lot of fun. So anyway, we got a lot of stuff going. Usually in this spot, Ross and I do a little bit of talking. So I'm going to just fill that in with some different tidbits here for you today. One thing I saw on ESPN last night that for the month of January, the number of top 20 teams that lost is the most that has lost since they started doing the poll in the 1948-1949 season. So think about that. So the amount of balance that there is in the country this year, I mean, literally the number of teams that win the championship is just, it's pretty much unfathomable at this point. Now it's only February 1st, but still right now it's definitely seems to be wide open. So that's something definitely of interest. And Ross has often talked about if you have a situation where you can play against a top 20 team when they're actually a underdog against a non-ranked favorite. So keep those in mind. A couple other things as far as Thursday night I got for you. Old Dominion is playing tonight, and they're 0-10 after failing to cover 4 of their last 5 games this season. So they're in a world of hurt. So look to play against Old Dominion. Morehead State is also on the schedule. They're 12-0 against the number after a combined score of 125 points or more the last 2 seasons. So look to play Morehead State on that one. I was going to have another one for you with UW Green Bay, but I did not notice that game started early today. So if you want, you can just check it for fun. Green Bay is 10-0 against shooting percentages defense that are 45% or higher. So we have that for you. So, okay, enough of that stuff, right? You want some free picks? Let's get to them. The game I'm covering is Wisconsin and Nebraska. That's going to be on the Big Ten Network at, I believe, 8:30 Eastern tonight. Wisconsin sits atop of the Big Ten standings at 8-1 and 7-2 against the spread. And if you saw them early in the year like I did, I would have never guessed they'd be in this position. The Badgers were thoroughly outplayed early in the season by Tennessee at home, and they also got beat rather soundly by Providence. However, since that time, Bucky Badger is 15-2 and 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 games. What changed? Well, Greg Gard, the coach, has an excellent shooting team. They're number 4 at Ken Pom in adjusted offense. And the Badgers defense, though it's not as sticky as it's been in past years, they're still a very cohesive unit that plays well together, and they're number 45 in adjusted defense. Now, if you know anything about Nebraska basketball and what people talk about them, tell me or nod your head, okay, if you heard this before, when they started 12-2, that this Nebraska team is different than past ones. Okay, well, started out 12-2 under Fred Hoiberg, who's a very good coach. But since then, Cornhuskers in Big Ten play, 3-4 straight up and against the spread in Big Ten action. Here's the good news, though, for the Huskers tonight. They're home in Lincoln, where they are 13-1 and 10-4 against the spread. I think this is going to be a heck of a game, to tell you the truth. I think it'll be close right to the very end. As I mentioned, it's going to be on the Big Ten Network. Badgers are not nearly as proficient, or they don't score as much, and their accuracy drops on the road like most teams compared to playing in Madison. to me, Nebraska, really fits as kind of a must-win game for them in the overall picture, because their next two games are going to be at Illinois and at Northwestern, two tough games on the road. So they really need a win in this spot. And they lost to Whiskey 26 days ago. So I'm going to go with the Children of the Corn to get the job done, who are 13-4 against the number, revenging a road loss of 10 points or more on this one. So give me Nebraska as a pick'em over Wisconsin. Now, one thing here, as opposed to doing a live show, now normally Ross would come in and talk here, and let's say here, not half the time, but some of the time he'd probably disagree with me. I don't have to worry about that today. He's not going to disagree with me. Right, Ross? So anyways, so Ross's game that he was going to talk about is going to be on ESPN2 at 7 Eastern, Tulane and SMU. SMU's an 8-point favorite. The Mustangs have been very good at home, 9-1 against the spread, and their lone defeat came against a highly ranked Dayton, and that was only by a 2-point margin. Tulane, Ron Hunter's team this year, and it's been a bit of a disappointment. I'm a big Ron Hunter fan, and they haven't played as well. And their offense, now Ron Hunter is a great offensive coach, but their defense hasn't been very good. And so I got a feeling here that they're going to struggle in this one. I think the point spread kind of determines that. SMU, in this case, I think I'll agree with Ross here that I think they're going to frustrate Tulane in this one. Like I said, Tulane has an excellent offense, but their defense, they're giving up 10 threes a game. I think because SMU style of play, they do play a little bit slower. I think that will frustrate the Green Wave in this one. So I'm going to agree with Ross. Take SMU minus the points, okay, -8 against Tulane. Now about with Ross and myself, okay, so those are your picks for today. So in terms of Ross and myself, as you know, Ross is in the seat 5 days a week. He is an excellent handicapper, has been for quite a long time. And as he's talked about, he has some outstanding streaks in college basketball going long-term and short-term, particularly in totals. He's quite good at totals. And I get my tip of the hat to him on that. NBA winners doing pretty much the same thing, building bankrolls for an extended period of time. And so make sure you check out his picks every single day at Gambler's World, because he'll make it happen for you. As far as myself over at Docs, so Doug Upstone at Docs Sports. Right now in the NBA, I am just smoking hot. 19-7, 73%, up $4,700 in terms of units right now in the NBA. So really doing a great job. The NHL's on break, but went into the break on a 28-18 run, up over $3,700. I've talked about props frequently. I'm going to have some NBA props coming up over the weekend, especially with no football. We'll have that going. I think I'm hitting 62% on props, both football and NBA. So look for that one. And college basketball, 7-3 the last couple of days. So look to get some action going there. And if you happen to stop by Docs and my page on this Thursday, I got 6 big plays going tonight. And so you can pick that up for just $30 at the Doug Upstone page at Docs Sports. So that's everything I got for you for today. Okay. With Ross might be back for the live show tomorrow. Okay, don't know yet. That's still up in the air. So stop by around 3:00 Eastern time to see if that's going. If not, I will be back with Ross on Monday to continue here. I'd like to thank you all for watching. So we'll see what we can do here. I hope you have a super and profitable Thursday. Like I said, I'll be back on Monday with Ross. And as Ross likes to say, take care and God bless, and let's have a super winning Thursday.